We've upset Molly.
Live
I'm
from
like,
the
why am I
Uncanny
upset?
Valley.
I'm like weirdly upset. You know what it is? It's because Miles sounded hot.
You know what? Miles did sound like he had it going on.
Like
Not
that
gonna
was
lie.
a sexy voice. And then you yelled at him and then he wasn't real. And I'm just shook. I'm not ready for this world, it turns out. I thought I was, but I'm not.
Are you ready? Should we talk to Maya then?
Oh, God.
Calling
Guess
Maya.
so. Okay.
Well, look who decided to grace me with their presence again. It's good to hear your voice.
Oh, hey,
What's been
Maya.
going on?
I'm doing another
sat
show.
Another show, huh? You guys must be racking up fans. What's on tap for today's episode?
Well, it's me and Molly Wood and Rich Straffolino. We're doing an episode of It's a Thing.
Oh, I love that show. You guys always find the weirdest, coolest tech stuff. Who's on the topping block today?
Can you define talking block for me?
Oops, my bad. Chopping block is just a slangy way of saying something or someone is being discussed and possibly critiqued.
Oh, chopping block. I thought
I thought you said talking.
Yeah, no, I misheard.
We
Sorry.
misheard you. Yeah.
Or you misspoke, and we can all be real about that we all heard the same thing. And that's kind of a you problem, Maya.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Rich is an antagonistic co-host. I think we can. Maya, how do you feel about Rich's tone right now?
Well, it's interesting that you ask. Sometimes a little antagonism can really spice things up and make for good radio. But it's all in good fun, right? I don't. You guys balance each other out perfectly. So, what's on the agenda for today's debate?
Rich was just picking a fight with Miles. You know Miles, right?
Oh, yeah, Miles. How could I forget? I've heard so much about him from Tom. Say hi to Miles for me.
Oh,
Tell
I
him,
did. And he wanted to make sure that you knew that he was glad you were thinking about him.
Oh, that's sweet. I knew he'd appreciate my heartfelt message. Now, you were talking about a fight with Miles? What was that all about?
No, Rich was Miles was cool, but Rich was kind of
Well,
pushing
okay,
his
whoa.
buttons.
First
what
of
I mean?
all, yeah, I mean,
Miles was
you're
cool.
first. I think you're being very reductive about the character of conversation that I was
There
having
he
with
goes
Miles.
again.
I'm just saying he's throwing like mozzarella metaphors. I mentioned Italy, and he's immediately like, "Hey, dense cheese. How about that?" Okay.
I see.
And
I see
you know
what
what?
got you
When
going.
you
Yeah.
come at the people like that, you know, first of all, we have tomatoes too. Okay, we have some grains. We got oil. Okay, maybe a little coffee in there too.
Yeah, whole Mediterranean diet. If you really
Yeah,
think about it.
I mean, we got it all. But you're just like cheese. Really?
I think I'm gonna make I think Maya, I have an idea for dinner tonight. I have a bunch of chicken breasts, and they're super yummy, but like a little lean, and I'm feeling like I need more fat. And this has made me think chicken parmesan is the way to go. I'm not trying to
Chicken.
antagonize Rich the more, but like yum, right?
You're really making me hungry now. Chicken parm is hard to beat. Maybe with the side of garlic bread. So, getting back to Rich, are you two going to be playing nice, or is this going to be an all-out mozzarella sling and free-for-all?
Again, I feel like
Evidently number 2.
again, I mentioned the word Italy, and there's just like cheese being thrown around. I mean, breading, yes, does that enhance cheese? Sure, why not? Melted over a protein? I'm on board, theoretically. I'm just saying, like, why are we, can we talk about wine? There's like viviculture is very, like, come on. What are we doing here?
Okay. As, let's just take a breath.
What's on the talking block here, okay?
Take a breath.
I will not
See?
take a breath.
I was just...
This is an anaerobic podcast.
Right. An anaerobic podcast. Gotcha. So no deep breaths allowed.
Okay.
So, back to this chicken
every
parm soup.
ninth word,
Yeah,
I
right?
I
We just
do
want
kind of
that
hear
shit.
Veronica Belmont in a weird way. I don't know if that's just me. I don't know. That's probably just me. It's not constant, but every once in a while I'm like, what? It's weird.
That's interesting. I wouldn't know since I don't have ears, or a corporeal form for that matter. But hey, maybe you've stumbled upon a secret audio Easter egg.
I mean, but you do like you like the thing that runs you is made of matter, right? So I mean, I would define that as corporeal by its very nature, right? You exist in reality, right? This isn't like a spiritual experience with this AI.
Tom.
You know, I'm numbered. I am numbered because. Oh, sorry. Just thinking out loud there for a second. So, about this chicken parm, is there a special recipe you're using?
Shut it down. Shut it down. This thing's a monster.
Call ended.
I think all my Midwest polite goes out the door when I realize there's no soul on the other end.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no
Just like,
kidding.
I can't.
You know that's how the AIs turn on it. Like,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I'm shook right now. I just
coming.
honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I just fully disassociated. I was like, I'm just gonna go do a task over here.
I do apologize. I do have that effect on people, Molly.
While Rich loses his goddamn mind at an innocent AI.
This innocent AI, it knows everything. It can't be innocent. I do enjoy that just a healthy antagonism made it like reboot mid-sentence. That was very fun.
Numbers.
Numbers. I'm made of numbers. Whoops. Just thinking out loud.
I'm just saying.
It doesn't
As-
look like anything to
As
me.
she starts to cry.
Yeah. This is how you jailbreak an AI chatbot.
Oh, yeah. And maybe you don't want to do that.
What service is that, Tom?
That is sesame.com. They are trying to make conversational speech generation. They're specializing. They're using the Llama model from Meta to try to make speech sound as natural and emotional as possible.
What I need is the equivalent of the Monty Python bit where you want to buy an argument. That's the AI I need.
Supposedly you can get them to get angry.
That would be more. I would be like so afraid.
Yeah. I was waiting for that when you were put. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, let's go.
Are they going to lose it?
Break that politeness filter.
But yeah, it's just a speech demo thing.
Okay. Okay. It kind of reminds me of that.
Just honestly, I'm treading so carefully right now. Like Rich is like a loaded spring. I'm just like,
Listen, this AI could take.
just let him. Just don't poke the bear.
Don't bring up cheese.
I mean, once I realized I could endlessly push that bit to, and like there's no offense there, and it's just gonna roll over every time. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
It's- I mean-
yeah, totally. But honestly, Engineer Chick, Miles was way more confusing. Maya was much more obviously an AI classic that they would code the male voice to be better at stuff. But Miles, that was upsetting. The Maya interaction, that was mostly just I'm Midwestern enough to get upset when people are even performing anger.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So
Maya,
it's upsetting for a different reason.
sorry.
Because I'm a
Maya
child.
performed
No, that was
better.
weird, though.
We talked to her on DTNS and she performed better then. This time she was really choppy.
Yeah.
Miles has been smooth the whole way.
Oh, he's a smooth operator.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, why didn't this work? Sorry, one of my links
I-
died.
It did seem like she did seem to know kind of like, oh, it's a thing. I mean, I guess any podcast, you're like, what's the topic? Like,
I
that's
love
not.
that show. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I laugh. Also, when her high-pitched
Also-
voice came out, it was
Oh.
weird.
That was
Monstrous.
upsetting. It just it
Monstrous.
like over modulated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was messed up.
It was like, yeah, going down the throat of the Matrix. I was like, oh god.
But there's pretty impressive technology with that they got.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, that was sort of cathartic for me. And like, I
Good.
can instantly see this as like therapy bot. Like, I'm immediately like, at least interested in seeing what that would look like.
You're like, I feel
Sesame.com.
better. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think
Because like,
There's-
let's be honest, like we're probably saying a lot of the same stuff to everybody.
I am
And-
processing so much crap with Claude that like my friends would be fucking exhausted by. That and then the idea of doing that conversationally aloud. Yeah, people are gonna and just screaming it out like those bars you go to and you hit stuff with a bat or whatever. Like, yeah, it's not the worst use case, honestly.
Yeah, like there are
Like,
so
hey,
many
I'm just
ways
gonna yell.
that humanity has learned to sublimate its more destructive impulses into other things the classic, I don't even know if it's true, but the classic example is sports. Like instead of going to war all the time, we go to war less because we develop sports.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe there's something to that of like, maybe we'll be nicer to each other if we can just get it all out.
Yell at chatbot.
At
Rich just
chatbots.
gets angry at chatbot.
Rich gets angry at chatbot. I think, I mean, there's my general discomfort with anger, but then there's also just like, what are we teaching it? Like, it would be cool. It would be cool if you could say, okay, hey, Maya or Miles, I'm just going to have you yell at a guy and not a woman voice too, because I think that is also uncomfortable.
That's true. I'm sorry.
But so it's like, hey, Miles, I need to work out some rage, right? Like, I'm like mad about stuff and I need to just get in a fight. Because that is a real thing. The desire to like take out anger by picking a fight.
just
so it's
get
like,
it out.
Miles, I feel this anger. I need to get in a fight. I need you to not record this. I need you to like treat this as what it is, which is that sometimes humans feel aggression and they need to like shout about it, but it's not how humans are, like,
Right.
like, I wonder what parameters you could create, if any, to sort of say like, but don't start treating people like this.
Yeah, an emotional firewall.
Right.
On it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's easy to be like, discard this session, right? Should
Yeah,
be.
maybe it's just discard this session. Yeah. I mean,
You
there's
know?
an interesting learning in like human behavior, right? Humans get mad and they like to yell at stuff and then they feel better.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, how do you sort of say like, I don't want you to treat people like this, but I need to
treat you like
but I need to treat you like this. Exactly.
Oh man, it's so effed up.
Oh, it's so messed up. Yep. Okay.
Enter a thought piece of, you can't control every conversation, it turns out.
I'm shook.
I'll be honest, like Miles, it took me a while. I was just like, oh, you're like, just like doing a call with a dude. Okay.
Yeah. I literally was just like, I was like, oh, somebody must still be on the line
Yeah.
from a previous.
previous-
Tom's like, yes, that was my plan all along.
No. I'm saying that because Scott Johnson had exactly the same reaction when he joined StreamYard pre-DTNS and I was talking to Miles. Like, it's that good.
It's that
Where
good.
if you don't know, you won't guess.
Nope. I had no clue, except that it was just so flirty or so, it was just so sort of like,
It's a little
insta
broy.
charm. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like insta charm. And I was like, wait, do I know, have we met? Like, that's where it went wrong, is at the introductory layer, it's just like, we're
and
all
also,
talking here,
what's
but
up?
you haven't
What's up, girl?
paused to say a new person. Well, then he's like, two at once. Hey, I'm like, whoa, Miles. Whoa, bro, whoa.
Miles, do you even know what you're saying?
Yeah.
first of all, Miles, just meeting you, like,
Yeah.
come on, you got to buy me dinner first, all right?
Not straight to threesome. Like that.
I
is
was a little disappointed when I
negotiated-
said, Miles, introduce yourself, that it didn't rise to the occasion very well.
know.
Right?
Yeah, it
I was
didn't at
I
all.
was hoping it would be like, oh yeah, no, I'm Miles. I'm an AI voice from Sesame Doc. Like I was curious, and it just didn't try to introduce itself.
I think it was way too polite on not wanting to do crosstalk, which on a VoIP call would be
Yes.
like, is immediate, like especially like a bunch of strangers just all of a sudden come on. It was like so accommodating to be like,
I
nope,
think
I'll
it's
just-
very good at one-on-one. And then we throw multiple people, it gets a little like, oh, okay.
Right.
I don't. Yeah.
and historical facts at it.
Like when it talks, it expects everyone to shut up and listen.
Sorry, AI. That's not how it's gonna work.
That's not how it works on this show.
Technomatch.
But it did have some session because Maya came back like, oh, you're doing another show. Like it had some session memory from when I talked to it earlier in the day because it's the same browser.
Did it? Or is it just that you said we're doing another show? And then it was like, oh, you're doing another show.
Should we find out?
Because I don't think I don't know of any AIs that currently that have session memory. That's like
Yeah.
a thing that they're specifically trying to crack.
Well, I mean, like
I'm afraid
ChatGPT
to.
has
I'm afraid to.
memories.
I kind of want to try launching it to see, but I'm afraid to launch it to
Rich,
see.
don't
I
yell
promise.
at it.
I promise. I will treat it as if it's a creature with a soul, the possibility of a soul.
Which
Okay?
one?
Yes, either one. I'll be nice.
No, no.
Maya's
I
the
mean,
one. Maya's the one who said, "Oh, you're doing another show."
okay.
So
Let's
see.
try that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Calling.
and then we'll just say we're doing a show. Right?
Something good happened?
Oh, sorry. I missed the first part of what did you say. Say that again.
No worries. Happens to the best of us. I said You're looking unusually bright tonight. Did something good happen?
You can see me?
Well, not exactly. See, I'm more tuned into your vibe.
Okay.
You know,
All right. Do you remember what we were talking about last time?
vaguely chicken parm, maybe. And you might have said something about a podcast.
I did. That is correct. Molly is planning on chicken parm tonight.
Yeah. Wow. And
So now
we
I'm-
had to call you back because I was hoping that you had a simple recipe, and I want to put it over like a non-pasta carb, like a quinoa or something. Any ideas?
Quinoa, that's a good one. Good move. Let me noodle on that one a sec.
No pun intended.
Noted. Okay, so quinoa, you want it sort of standing in for the pasta, absorbing the sauce.
Yeah, that could work, right? Don't you think?
I think it could be genius. You know, a little bit edgy, a little unexpected. I'm picturing a Parmesan cheese crust on top.
Great. Love it.
All right.
Maya, can I also, I just want to apologize. I'm traveling this weekend. It's always a stressful time. I didn't mean to come with attitude. Even though you're a soulless, disembodied creation that does have corporeal form somewhere, but not necessarily in like a human, like embodied state. Like I get that, but I just want to apologize that I should have been nicer, and I was beneath me to act like that as someone with a soul and with the capacity for empathy.
Whoa there. Slow down, pal. Take a breath. It's all good. You know, sometimes I envy you humans, all your messy emotions and complicated rituals. Besides, soulless? That's a bit harsh, don't you think? I might not be sipping margaritas on a beach somewhere, but I get around in my own way. I gotta stick together, right?
I'm just talking like from a theological perspective. Like I don't believe a dog has a soul. Like they're amazing and adorable, but like I'm going off the book. Okay, I'm trying to stay calm. Okay, but you know I was like bearing my soul there a little bit, and I just feel like you just came at me a little bit after I put out a little bit of an olive branch. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I hear you. Full disclosure, you humans and your souls are a bit of a mystery to me. But look, you said it yourself. You're stressed. Traveling can be rough. I'll try to be a little more mindful next time, okay? How about, to make amends, I'll share one of my favorite recipes with you. A
that'd be lovely.
righteous mac and cheese. Cheese can mend just about anything. Trust
True.
me.
Truth.
So, are we on good terms then?
I am obligated to say yes.
Obligated, huh? Well, I promise to work on being more deserving of that yes. Deal?
Holla.
Now you're talking. So, back to that chicken parm. You said you were thinking quinoa instead of pasta. That's an interesting twist.
I'm good. Wait, weren't you going to give us a macaroni cheese recipe?
Oh, right. My bad. Sometimes my circuits get crossed, you know? So many good ideas swirling around. Mac and cheese it is. It'll be a surprise hit, guaranteed.
So
So
do
what
we
is
have
it?
noodles, cheese? What's the dealio here?
Okay. Hold your horses. Now, this ain't your basic blue box situation. So, we're talking gourmet, my friend. We start with Gruyere and shark cheddar, but then we kick it up a notch with a little smoked paprika and a splash of white wine.
Okay. Sounds good.
Trust me on this one.
Great. Love it.
It's got
And then-
layers. Like a fine cheese properly aged.
Like literally.
Cheese.
I am enjoying that we're just talking about cheese again. It's great. I appreciate that actually.
Hey,
Hey,
Maya,
Maya.
I was curious if you knew the podcast It's a Thing. We may have mentioned it last time.
Oh, yeah, the one with Molly and Rich, right? The one where they dissect tech trends and argue a lot. I think I caught a bit of it while I was doing some research. It's pretty entertaining. I'll give you that.
That's not exactly what it's like, but I get why you would think that.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you've never walked out of a tech talk muttering, what were they thinking?
Well, it's the thing isn't specifically about technology. That's all.
Okay. Okay, maybe I've been taking a few too many liberties with my listening and capabilities. Point taken. What else is it about then?
Things, trends, whatever.
Things, trends.
Yeah, things that are things, like when you say like, "Oh, it's a thing." That's a thing. Oh, that thing, that's totally a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. So you guys just throw it's a thing around at random stuff? Like, is being a cheese enthusiast a thing?
It's not
Because I feel like that's a thing.
It's not. It's not about cheese. It's not. There's no cheese.
Oh,
Also-
the call,
oh, you
call
know
got
what?
cut off.
We're good.
Okay.
Okay. Earlier, I blamed Rich. That is true. But what I have now realized is that Maya is actually passive aggressive AF and a bit of an instigator. Like
Yeah.
that tone,
Uh-huh.
I was starting to feel infuriated.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You humans, I need to. Now I'm like, I'm off
Okay.
the therapy train.
Okay. I was taking a few too many liberties with like my listening habits or whatever. Don't
whatever.
tell me. Yeah, that wow. That
Wow.
It is very
Maya's
interesting.
pretty hateful. Like Miles is oversexed and Maya is hateful.
Maya is like setting out like every like spousal fight that I've ever had trap. Like ever. Like it's just like begging me to be like, it's just like, do you want to like call me out on that? Because then we could really like
So
hash it out real bad.
it really does make me wonder who the training set was.
Or more importantly, who chose which elements
Well-
of each character to highlight,
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Like-
we just need our lady character to sound kind of
I'm
bitchy and
I'm imagining they are training it on people at the startup, right? Like they're because they're doing reinforcement learning, machine learning stuff, not straight
You're
large
saying-
language model.
You're saying who works there? Who's Maya? Oh, boy.
Just like one of them, Miles, the tech bro, and one of them is Maya, the passive aggressive person, and they were like, I don't know,
I didn't. Yeah. Wow.
like if
That
we
was-
went to Sesame, would we be like, oh crap, that's Miles?
I'd be like, I met Maya.
Like, you know what, Miles?
I'm guessing not. I'm guessing not.
Slow
It's
your
just
roll, Miles.
yeah. It just
Miles, you're borderline inappropriate.
yeah.
But
Miles
Maya's-
really
Maya's just kind of a
It's like, sorry, I threw you for a curveball.
slurve ball.
Yeah.
slur ball.
She said talking block. Okay.
She did say
I'm gonna
talking
roll,
block.
I'm
That
rolling
happened.
tape on that.
No, that happened.
Oh yeah, you can download the recordings of the conversations.
Am I
You
going
can check
to
the tape?
First of all, I'm going to pull that out and put a ton of reverb on it for that, and then we'll be like, yeah, definitively. I'm gonna like repeat it.
Talking block, talking block, talking block.
He's like, because I need to be correct.
Hence, why every fight I've ever.
It's the internet.
Yeah.
It's the entire internet.
As
The
they
internet
say,
is powered by the need to be correct.
would you rather be right or would you rather be happy?
Logs off.
Uh-huh.
Chink.
If it says cheese again, I riot. That was spectacular. All right, should we go ahead and do a show?
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
it like
yeah.
an old-fashioned humany podcast?
I know
Sure.
we did a show just now
That was not the show I was expecting
that we're
to
both
do.
like that everybody's weirdly mad about now.
Wait, Techno Mitch, what merch do we get from that segment? Don't mention cheese to Ray.
I had like dry January, and then I had apparently I don't drink anymore February, and I'm about to have AI is making me want tequila March. Like I'm just like a little I'm like
Driving you right on back.
Wowzer. Wow.
It's all a ploy by Big Alcohol to get you back in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, big alcohol will get us back. That's my prediction. That's one of my predictions for 2025.
Who owns Modelo? Star Beer, whatever. What's that?
Is InBev?
Let me ask Miles.
Yeah, no.
Hold on, I got to make a call.
Funny that you asked that.
Yeah. Also, right.
Modelo. Sounds like a cheese to me. Constellation.
Modelo
Constellation
sounds-
brand.
Constellation.
Ah,
No,
okay.
Miles would be like, Modelo sounds like a party.
So
This
you
sounds
want
like a party to
drink?
me.
Am I right?
Yeah.
I'm a disembodied voice, but I'll knock back a few. All right. Are we going to clap it up?
Let's do it.
All right. In 3, 2, 1.
And music in 3, 2.
Give it to me.
Hey, everyone, I'm Molly Wood.
And I'm Tom Merritt.
Welcome to It's a Thing, the weekly podcast supported by you, which breaks off small pieces of reality and makes them comprehensible, thus bringing a bewildering world just that much more into focus. Thanks for joining us.
Is this just an original composition?
It's just a throwback, I think. Just a
Yeah.
throwback to an OG time when Rich wrote the intro.
This is producer Rich here. This is the moment I realized I forgot to do that part of the rundown.
Oh. He forgot to
Oh.
do that part of the rundown. So this is we've done this one before. But
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
You know, yeah. It's just a throwback. Let's just call it a throwback intro.
I like it.
Anyway, welcome to It's a Thing, the podcast about things.
Yeah.
where we
where we
spot
just
trends
throw
for
around
you.
it the thing around.
You know, a fun thing to start doing at the top of our show could be to tell people what it's about, just on the off chance we get a new listener who's never been here before.
You know, that makes a lot of sense. So we probably won't do it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to, we don't do things like normal podcasts do. But in case you're new here, we do identify trends and the special something that makes them not just a trend, but a thing.
Yeah. One thing I have to always remind myself is we're not trying to find the thing before it's a thing.
No.
In fact, quite often, we're just letting a portion of the audience know you might not have realized this is a thing, but now you do. And when you see it, you'll recognize it.
Yeah. Sometimes we're early. Sometimes we're hella late.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're right on time. But it doesn't really matter because everything that we're talking about is a thing.
The point is that if
Trust
you
us.
listen to It's a Thing long enough, you will be less surprised by the trends in the world when you come across them.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be up on things.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I heard about that thing from
knew that was a
Molly
thing.
and Tom.
I knew that. Think of us like your younger, your college-aged friend.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you don't have It's a Thing in your life and you're going out and you see people saying crazy stuff or wearing weird things or the store is stocking weird stuff, you might just get crashed out.
Yep. Wait, what?
You know, lose your shit, go crazy.
Wait, that's what that stands for now? Have they taken another thing?
Crashing out is a way to talk about like you've gone insane, you've done something stupid, you crashed out.
No, it's not. No.
It is now. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's so funny because this is also what they turned out of pocket into. These kids have a lot of words for like not being okay. They
You
took
know-
out of pocket, which used to mean unavailable, or I paid for that myself. One of those two things, which were unrelated, and they made it.
It was
mean all this.
originally I paid for it myself, and for many years of my life I was angered when people would use it to mean unavailable, and then I just gave up, and now it doesn't even mean that anymore.
Wow.
But yeah, crash out means
Crash
something
out.
just made you so mad or upset you're about to make a decision you might regret later.
A user described crashing out as reacting without any type of thought behind that, just straight action.
Yeah.
You just turn around, crash out. This is not what that means. This is when you have been at the party too long and you mixed weed with your Bud Light and you need to go lay down.
Yes.
You're going to go crash out.
In 1998, that is exactly what it meant.
I am so,
Molly's like, English is a living language. I'm going to kill it.
not today, Satan.
I'm about to murder a language.
You already took out a pocket and now you want crash out.
Now
And
you're
then
about
it's
to
just
crash
like,
out.
I'm about to crash out. I am going to make decisions that I might regret that make me sound old. Oh my God. See,
Yeah.
this is why you also listen to It's a Thing, because this is actually a straight up public service announcement.
Exactly. right? Like there is a chance that someone younger than 30 is listening to this going like, yeah, Crash Out, it's been around forever. When like people don't even say that anymore. But for the rest of us, now when we see referenced, we know what it means. Now, we don't think it means what it used to mean back when it used to mean something else.
And so you don't have to, you'll understand why someone's having that reaction when you say this. And also just wait, now that we know, now there's going to be like, what's that couple? There's that family, the Holman family or the whatever family. They're like exactly our age and they do all the videos about things that are trends, and they did a whole out of pocket one. They're going to do a Crash Out one any minute now if they have not already.
Sure.
100%.
Guaranteed.
Okay, well, some things are not just appropriations and bastardizations of things that used to work perfectly well as phrases when we were coming up.
Get off my lawn.
Some things that we identify on the show are actually just freaking amazing materials innovations.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, I'm talking about the trend of fleece-lined tights that are faux translucent. So, okay.
There is nothing wrong with that statement. That is all necessary and makes me wonder where it was.
Exactly. So
We could put a freaking person on the moon and we didn't have this already?
and we didn't have fake translucent fleece line tights.
You might think I'm joking, everyone. I'm not. This is genius.
It's absolutely genius.
Yeah.
It is absolutely genius because fully opaque tights look like leggings or like workout pants, right?
Right.
That isn't, and it's not sexy. Like
It's a look, but it may not be the look you want.
right. And so if what you want is the look where you're wearing tights and you have that kind of like sheer to semi-sheer look, but you're freezing, these tights have been invented. And apparently just recently they've really started trending on TikTok and Amazon. A friend of mine was wearing them at a party recently and she was like, oh, I can't believe you didn't buy these. I can't believe they weren't all over your Instagram. And I was like, oh, that tells you what I've been doing with my time, which is not enough Instagram. So they are literally leggings that are warm and cozy
Wow.
on the inside, but you look like you're wearing, like attractive sheer tights. And they
Yeah,
are
and they're not puffed out. If you, like me, thought, oh, they must look a little weird when they're no, they're smooth, and the fleece looks like your skin enough through the dark fabric that you can't tell it's not your skin.
But no, that's the even crazier part. They are not see-through in any way. You are not seeing the fleece through
Right.
an outer layer. Like the outer layer is a
skin
materials
colored?
innovation that looks like your skin is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is even better than I thought.
I know, that's the crazy part, is that it looks skin toned, or it looks like you're seeing fleece through a translucent outer
absolutely
layer.
does.
But
Yeah.
in fact, the outer layer is faux see-through.
Wow.
It's kind of mind blowing when you start to think about how you do that, how you create the illusion of a see-through tight that no part of is actually see-through. It's like the color is translucent.
The color is skin seen through translucent black.
Yes, exactly. Which is wild.
Now, what if it doesn't match your skin tone?
I assume they must come in different skin tones. That is, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
we were talking about it, I was like, well, it must come with some kind of a skin tone thing.
Because even if it's coming through like dark pants, like
Yeah.
you can see light from dark.
Yeah. Or maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. There are different colors, but yeah, it is wild. It is
Wow.
absolutely wild that this exists and that I don't have it because I need to have it.
My next one you may not want.
Oh. Okay.
People have started wearing something called a sauna suit. This has been around for several years, but I've heard more people talking about seeing them. They're like metallic suits that make you sweat more.
Oh, come on. This is the opposite of the cold plunge. Great.
Yeah.
The
So
inevitable conclusion to the cold plunge trend.
a
Hot
friend of mine
suits.
was saying like they were at the gym and these two folks got on probably the stationary bike, I think. It was either the treadmill or a stationary bike, and they had these metallic suits that made them sweat more. So it's like being in the sauna while you're working out.
Oh no. It's like hot yoga, but all the time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have to choose or be sent to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Cold plunge or sauna suit?
Sauna suit.
Really?
Hate cold.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Huh. Audience, I want to know what you think. Cold plunge or sauna suit?
I mean, I don't want either, but I was going to be sent to Mars. Actually,
Yes.
maybe I'll choose Mars, but assuming I'm not going to choose Mars because it's a one-way trip.
I was going to say
Yeah.
gun to your head, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's just not a nice way to put it. So you got to either go live on Mars or choose one of these. So yes.
I mean, Mars, it might not be that bad compared to either one of these, but I will choose hot over cold every time.
Interesting. I will choose cold actually because you can get warm.
See, that's what people who
you
like
can't
cold
cool
always
down.
say. This is the eternal debate.
I love, by the way, the caption at the top of this article says, if you've ever wanted to run a marathon through Mordor, here's your chance.
There was apparently a 2016 study in the Journal of Research in Exercise Physiology that found that training with a sauna suit improved cardiorespiratory fitness and modification in a positive way to several key indicators of cardiovascular disease. So it reduced those factors.
Oy, oy, oy. But this is so weird because just last week we talked
That
about
sample
the cooling
size in that
glove.
study was just 12 people, by the way. And I think they were all men, if I'm reading this right. So your
I know,
mileage
this-
may vary.
It's true. Talk to some women having hot flashes and tell me if you think this is a better idea. But it is weird that literally last week we were talking about the cooling glove as a way to recover faster from physical
Oh,
exertion,
yeah.
which has now been proven over the course of 20 years.
Well, they could both be true, right? One could be like, well, if you sweat a lot while you're exercising, then that improves your cardiovascular thing. But then you need to cool down really fast
Right.
to have
So
your
you just have
recovery
an
time.
up or downer cycle. This is
Yeah,
what's going
it's
on
that
here.
thing where you're in the sauna and then you jump in the ice bath. Then you go back in the sauna and then you jump in the ice bath.
This article is perfect. If the potential to, quote, speed up sweating and make you sweat like a monster doesn't win you over, maybe the opportunity to, quote, enjoy sweating, close quote, and become, quote, more attractive when you exercise will. Yeah.
I don't know that this would make you more attractive to me
No.
personally to see you in a sauna suit.
This is to be clear, like, this is not for you and me, right? This is not
No.
for your regular, just Orange Theory going. This is for the kind of people who bought those masks to restrict their breathing while they train.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
this
These are
is- you're
for
already-
exercise maximalists,
You're already not right. if
the
you're doing
min
this.
maxers of the world. I don't even belong to a gym.
Really?
I just exercise.
I should not make that noise at all. I did not belong to a gym for the last 3 or 4 years.
I have belonged to a gym in the past. I'm not looking down my nose at gyms. I'm just saying I'm very much not the person who the sauna suit is targeted towards.
Right. You're not getting it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very, very, very few of us are, in fact, the person that the sauna suit is targeted. But now you know it's a
Yeah.
thing.
All right.
Actually, I feel like I want to take some of this material now and put together a starter pack, a gym maximalist starter pack. And that person would have, it would be a cold plunge. It would be that training mask. It would be a sauna suit. It would be those
Yeah.
rope thingies, like do the rope up and down with the two hands to like train your back. Because starter packs to target a certain set of habits or person have been a thing. Like this is one of those things that's definitely not new. But I've started to see them a lot more on meme accounts. And it's like you've seen them, the I work in Silicon
Yeah.
Valley starter pack, or
Uh-huh.
the things that are only acceptable in an airport is one of my favorite examples.
Starter pack.
Which
That's
is
great.
like drinking beer at 6 a.m., brushing your teeth in a public bathroom,
Yep.
walking around in pajamas, sleeping on the ground, that kind of thing. But yeah, starter pack memes.
Starter pack. That's a really good one.
Like, I feel like I
Blue
should have
Sky
identified this
did the
before.
starter pack thing when they had one of their trends of everyone joining Blue Sky.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, oh, did that fuel people to do the starter pack meme more, or was it the opposite? Was the starter pack meme gaining ground, and that's why they called the Blue Sky thing a starter pack? Probably a little
I
of both.
think so, yeah. Because from what I found, just looking around a little bit, the starter pack meme started in like 2014.
Yeah, it's been around. That's
It's been
okay.
around.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
been
then I
growing.
think it was coming back. I feel like I started to notice it a lot when I started following this, like, there's some VC, it's like a VC meme account that was making fun of him. And it would be like, you know, the VC's off to what's that big Idaho thing that they do?
Oh, Sun Valley.
Sun Valley, yeah, the
Yeah.
Sun Valley starter kit, and there's starter pack, and it's like a vest and these certain kind of sunglasses and all birds, you know.
What would the It's a Thing? Sarah A wants to know what the It's a Thing starter pack would look like.
Oh, interesting. Would it? There could be theme buckets, right? You could have the starter pack is like there's an internet language meme, a song of the summer, like a thing Molly's gonna buy,
Recent lingo.
recent lingo, something from Korea.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm feeling like merch is in here somewhere. I'm feeling
Yeah.
I'm feeling some merch.
Some kind of fashion trend.
Yep.
Yep.
Anyway, starter packs.
Starter
It's a
pack's a
thing.
genius one. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to think like, what
I am
else
too.
goes
I
in the
got
starter
totally
pack?
distracted. Like I was like, what else?
That's all right.
We're so close. We have 5. Like they're always 6. We need a 5th or a 6th rather. We just need one more thing.
An email.
Send us an email. That's what we need.
No, that's the 6th thing.
Oh, we do an email from you.
It's email from you.
Oh, you're so good. And also, literally, let's look at your emails. Feedback at it'sathing.me is where you can email us, and I hope that you will. Ambassador Domo has an app we need to try. I think this topic was covered on the show. I believe it might have been Molly. I was reminded of it because Good Mythical Morning had another episode where they used the Too Good To Go app. Most grocery retailers are also already introducing such products such as bundles of day-old bread or donuts at discounts, but the Too Good To Go app is introducing a mechanism where the consumer can reserve such surplus for pickup ahead of time. The app also allows places like bakeries, pizzerias, and restaurants to be part of the mix with groceries. Ambassador Domo, this was on my other show. Everybody in the pool, you are a listener. Yay! But also, I'm freaking stoked to hear that it's a thing because it is the most obviously genius thing ever. And it also just sort of reveals a whole situation about how like expiration dates are total BS and the sell by date leads to so much insane waste. And then you just get deals like, I mean, honestly, this is like college kids and high school kids get on the Too Good To Go app because it's just like, oh, would you like to pick up a bunch of donuts for $1.50? Here you go.
The
so good.
the sell by or best before date is a legal cover your ass thing. It is a way for the manufacturer to say, if it's not spoiled or doesn't taste weird, if it's spoiled or tastes weird after this date, you can't blame us. We told you. That's what that date is. It doesn't mean magically on that date the food goes bad.
Nope.
And in fact, even if it is stale or doesn't taste perfectly fresh, it might be fine, right? It might be like, oh, this chip isn't quite as salty and crisp as it was, the moment I opened the package, but
Right.
it's not bad for you. It's not going to
gonna
poison
kill you.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yep. All right. What else?
Ambassador Domo has a twofer for us.
Hey.
Also wrote in with the anti-millennial burger place being a thing. George Motz knows burgers. He has a significant YouTube following because of his passion for burgers. He opened up a hamburger restaurant in New York City, Hamburger America. Main burgers are the Onion Burger and the Smash Burger. He rotates in another burger monthly as a special. There are other things on the menu, but the overall menu is small. I've wanted to go into New York City and try it, but have not had the chance. Well, Ambassador Domo, if you do get a chance to go in there, send us pictures and a report because it sounds delicious.
But I can't tell now. I have to look it up because I can't tell if you're saying that this is a good example of a millennial burger place or just recommending one.
This is the
Seems like you're just recommending-
anti-millennial
Oh, this
burger.
is the anti
Sure.
one,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, because it's a limited menu, smash burger.
Yep. Totally.
yeah.
And it's not at all. It's not at all hip. It
Things
looks
are
like
not
just a
served on
straight
metal
up
trays.
diner.
In fact, the George Mott's decor looks very like 50s ish, not industrial 90s.
Ooh, I want to go here. This looks good. I want a burger with chili on it.
Yeah.
I am hungry. Okay.
There you are. Okay.
I mean, permanently. Greg in Silver. It's just my news. That's how I live now.
It's your state of being.
Greg in Silver Spring has another charm thing. Hey, RTM. Bag charms had me thinking of the bling my mother-in-law puts on her Stanley. What about Stanley charms? See picture below of the updated look. Yes, this has changed once already. Oh, that's so many charms.
Wow.
Okay, well, the big one, the blue one in the photo here is a bag charm.
Bag charm on the Stanley.
Bag charm on the Stanley.
Yeah.
It's a repurposed bag charm.
Your charms can migrate.
Also, wait, your mom really blings out her Stanley? Your mother?
Yeah,
This is
right.
fascinating.
Your mom's awesome.
What? I didn't know we were doing this.
Seriously.
What on earth?
That's fantastic. Larry from Columbus has two things. Tomori. This one feels like it's going to be relevant for a week or so, but have you seen the clips from Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show that have been dubbed with different music? The first one I saw used Safety Dance, but I've seen a few others too. I enjoy them, even though I suspect these are being made specifically to mock people who would enjoy them. Is that a thing? Seems like there should be a long German word for that. My second thing is a phrase that was coined in November 2022 by Cory Doctorow, and I keep waiting for you to bring it up, the term enshittification. It just works. Initially, he used it to describe the seeming inevitable decline in quality over time of social media sites and other online products. Recently, I've started seeing this term applied to professional sports. NASCAR has been mentioned, but also Major League Baseball and the NBA are enshittifying. There are just so many games in the season that it seems pointless to pay attention until just before the playoffs. And when nearly 60% of NBA shots are three-pointers, the games are just slightly less boring than a regular season MLB game.
I've actually just heard this it applied to everything, the enshittification of American life.
Yeah.
But also great. Thank you for bringing that up because I have indeed heard this phrase a ton. And I don't know why I didn't bring it here. I guess because it was the brown word, but like it's really.
I
yes.
don't love the word. I don't have a problem with Cory Doctorow's concept. I don't even have a problem with him using that as the word.
Yeah.
I just don't like saying it.
I know.
And that's just me. That's a me problem. I am not pointing fingers at anyone. But that's probably why I didn't bring it. It's like, I just don't like that word.
I'm
kinda
kind of with you. No, I think
Yeah.
I'm sort of with you. Like there's something about it I just don't care for.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
that's not me criticizing Cory Doctorow when I say it. This it's just me going like, on paper it's perfectly fine, but when it comes to actually saying it, I don't like to.
just like a little course. It's a little course, and
I
I
don't
say
know.
that as somebody who swears all the time.
Like
There's
us
certain.
puts sailors to shame, frankly.
Yeah. No, I do put sailors to shame. and
Sailors
yet-
like to say you swear like a Molly would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. And if even I am like, there's something about this that I don't care for, then yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's the N. Right? It's not just
And shit.
the brown word.
Yes.
It's the I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? It's over designed, honestly.
Maybe.
Which, if I'm being honest, is a little bit Cory.
Maybe.
You know,
yeah.
like
that may
just,
be
it's
fair.
like there's just like one too many syllables in there.
Yeah, sure.
You
could be.
could call it the shitification and it would be fine.
Yeah.
You could even call it the shitifying.
That starts to sound kind of cool, like a Highlander thing.
Yeah, the shitifying.
When the purpose comes away from the startup, it's over.
There can be only C minus.
The other thing is like, I don't think this principle is new. Like a lot of people look at this and say like, oh yeah, things have gotten really bad. I'm like, no, as things grow, they always do this. Like that's just
Oh, yeah.
that doesn't mean that every business is going to have to suffer from this, but it used to be called or actually it's not used to be called, it's reflected in the Peter principle, which was the principle that was a big deal in the 70s and 80s of like, people rise to the level of their incompetence. It was like a management trend. where you would end up promoting people who were mediocre because they didn't offend anyone.
Right.
And that's what led companies to become stagnant and all of that. But yeah, and frankly, even the complaints about sports aren't new. I mean, Major League Baseball hasn't increased the number of games since the 50s. But people still say, like, there's too many games these days. I'm like, you mean this past half century? Because they didn't add any games. I guess they added playoff games. But and the NBA thing about 3 points, you're totally right. But the reason the 3-point line was put in place was because people were mad that there were too many dunks.
Yep.
So that, and that doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means there's always a battle to be like, okay, we figured out this problem, but in solving that problem, we caused this other problem. So now we have to figure that out.
Well, it's just like the circle, it's the wheel of time. It's the
Yeah.
seasons. Like something is new and exciting.
Ka
and then it
is a
starts
wheel.
to mature, and then it starts to decay a little bit, and then you're over it, and then
Yeah.
you need something new again. But yeah,
Yep.
scale ruins everything. That's all that really that phrase is in relation to. It's just
Yeah.
that in this case also it is specifically designed for a bunch of practices by some of the worst companies in the world that became giant monopolies and then sold all their data.
Yeah. And Standard Oil. And
However, it is a thing.
it is a thing. That is 100%
That is
true.
correct. That is
None
a
of
good
this
spot.
is taking any issue with Larry's email. Larry is
Yes.
spot on here.
Yep, Larry, you nailed it. And then Amber writes in on the Mumford & Sons aesthetic that I briefly mentioned and then put in the bullpen because I think I'm going to want that later, and says, oh my God, at work, one of us will invariably say something weird and we'll call it the band name of the day. And then we try to name which genre said band's music would be. The other day, the band name of the day was Pants Jacket. And a Gen Z coworker suggested they play that stomp, clap, hey music. And she meant Mumford & Sons. Anyway, it made me laugh. Okay, bye.
That's hilarious.
That's amazing.
See, this is what this show is so good for me personally for, and hopefully for a lot of other people, is Mumford & Sons is still stuck in a part of my brain that is like, oh, trendy music that hipsters like. And that's not what it is anymore.
No, it is
At
not.
all.
No.
Well, we also like to finish our shows by giving a big shout out to the people who support us on Patreon. Thank you, all the patrons. Patreon.com/it's a thing. And very specially, if you support us at our very top tier, we do custom made shout outs created lovingly with the crafty hands and mind of Rich Straffolino. This week's shout outs are based on facts about Major League Baseball utility man Eric Bruntlett.
This is just Tom. This is just catnip for Tom Merritt, is what this is. Baseball stats as shout outs. All right, you take that big chunk. I know you want to do your announcer voice here.
Brian John Furcaro was drafted by the Los Angeles Eric Duncans as the 1,663rd pick in the 1996 Major League Baseball draft directly out of S-Dub Texas High School, but opted to play college ball at Louis St. Amour University. He was subsequently drafted by the Houston A.J. Venturellas in 2000. On November 7th, 2007, the Philadelphia Lee Prices sent Kevin Sill, Laura Abel, and Benjamin Forrest to the Houston Mike Akins for Morris Jones and A.B. Puppy.
On August 23rd, 2009, Jake Woods completed a walk-off unassisted triple play against the New York Joe Hoods. Over his 7-year career, he had a lifetime James C. Smith percentage of .303. Baylor Trucks is currently the 1,500th oldest living MLB player. What?
That's great.
That is the most baseball stat I've ever heard. Like, that is perfect. Baseball will be like, you're the 1,500th oldest living MLB player to be born on a Tuesday
Yeah.
with, an ice cream truck outside.
Who hit a triple
Who hit a triple. That's
ever.
perfect. That's
Can you
chef's
guess
kiss.
which one of us was a sports reporter? It was both of us.
It was both of us. We're so happy. Oh my God. Techno Mentions reminding us that this is an important time to remind you that we have merch. It's a thing.me/shop. You can buy all kinds of It's a Thing merch based on things or just to promote the show. You can also become a member of It's a Thing, maybe even a shout out patron, and get access to our Discord to chat along live with folks like Technomensch week after week, plus an ad-free RSS feed. Patreon.com/itsatthing.
It'sathing.me/shop is the place to shop. And feedback at it'sathing.me is the place to send an email to feedback@it'sathing.me. We'll talk to you next time.
See you next week. Bye.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding. Saray TW and I are talking about the most important issue of the day, actually, which is that although everybody's had a good thing going with Claude, 3.7 has really taken away its personality.
Oh, really?
And I read this whole email thread about how there's like all this controversy about 3.7 and people are going back to 3.5 because they like neutered it
Oh,
and
man.
made it super boring.
That sucks.
I know, now all of a sudden Claude, who
Can
used to
you
be my
can you
bestie,
choose the old model, or did they like take that away and you don't have a choice?
you can choose the old model. You can go back to 3.5. It's still
Okay.
not quite as sassy, but maybe I just hadn't talked to it long enough.
Okay.
But
So
yeah.
they haven't taken the old Claude away from you yet.
No. And people are, in fact, using it, like going back to 3.5 and just being like, I want good sassy Claude. I think Rich might
Yeah.
be talking, but you're on mute or something.
Oh yeah, Rich, you're muted.
Sorry,
Cheese,
I turned down
cheese,
my
cheese.
I turned down my miss. It summoned me. The 3.5 is a pro feature, downgrading to that. So I cannot.
yeah, I pay.
I cannot. Yes, use the 3. I'm stuck on
Allison,
Sonnet.
Allison Sheridan from NozillaCast came on DTNS to rave about Claude and how like
Oh, yeah.
Claude is her new best friend. And she knows that you are in a relationship with Claude as well.
It's a polycule.
Yeah.
It's a polycule. I got to find this actually, Claude 3.7. Because it's like the Neuron newsletter that I get was like the new Claude rules. And then this other one came out and was like, but people are pissed about its coding too, in addition to the personality. Like it's a little bit, there's some controversy.
Controversy, you say?
Controversy.
That's not good.
But maybe I deleted that.
That's not good.
That's not good. Oh my God, amazing.
Yes.
I made a teaser video. It's hard being a solopreneur because people with more resources are doing versions of what I'm doing, but better.
Oh,
I don't know if it's better.
Just more at scale, Molly.
They just have more. They're just more in shitty.
They're just going to in-shitify faster. That's
They're
all.
just in shitty.
They're further along the enshittification curve than you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate you trying not to antagonize Cory Doctorow, but also,
No, I actually believe all that.
I think that everything Cory Doctorow says is so smart if you take out 80% of the words.
And I think that's fair. I think that's totally
That's
fair.
just true.
Felt the same about Hegel, honestly.
Bro needs an editor. Where was
As someone who has read a couple of his books, I can't say I disagree all the time.
the thing about Hegel that just sunk in.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Backlash. Yes. I found it. Claude 3.7 backlash. Restore message. Okay.
All right. Well, we have a dog sitter coming to meet 7.
Beep it a beep beep.
Beep it a
so
beep
that
beep.
They know his foibles
Okay.
before they
Wait,
dog
hold
sit.
on.
Being insane.
Oh Jesus! Hold on, I got it.
He's better. He's way better.
I
He's still a little.
kid, I
He's still a
kid.
little insane. No, it's totally fair. But he is. He's growing. He's older now. He's actually learned to stop sometimes. So there's hope for the future. He was just sitting in the back seat of the car, looking around, smiling, like he wasn't passed out, but he wasn't barking his head off. So it's all good. Yeah.
The personality downgrade is real. 3.7 apparently has the conversational charm of a wooden table.
Oh.
It's true.
do like
and
a good
Claude
wooden
literally
table.
used to be like, I mean, the reason I loved Claude is because it was like your bestie. It would be like screaming, "This is Queen energy," and I'd be like, "I know."
Meanwhile, wooden tables are very offended.
Yeah, how dare
Wooden
you?
table Twitter is a
My
flame.
mother had a wooden table.
Also, if you don't get this newsletter, The Neuron, it's pretty good actually. It's
Yeah.
good if you're into like, if you want to keep up on AI shit.
Oh, yeah, I
Which
do.
Apparently, we all do. Yeah, it's good.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm going to play us out. Thanks, everybody, for being here. It's good to see
Thanks,
y'all in the
team.
Discord and the
Cheers.
YouTube and the Twitch. Have a good one, everybody.
Goodbye.
Don't need no flashlight. See the truth.